According to brand new official emails, people at the White House and the State Department knew the Libya attack had ties to terror just 2 hours after the assault began. That begs the question, did the White House intentionally try to cover up those terrorist ties? With us right now, Georgia Senator Saxby Chambliss, one of the lawmakers looking into it. He is vice chairman of the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. And, Senator, you said something to me fascinating moments ago. You said, hey, I'd like to see those emails. You've been asking for them, and you can't get them. Why?
Yeah, I want to get a copy of them before I leave here. We have been asking the State Department for these specific emails for weeks now, and they've refused to give them to us to this point.
What does it tell you, now that you know what's in them, that they knew within hours that this group had taken credit and this email was sent to everything as far as even to the Situation Room? 300 different
we
locations.
knew within hours, I don't remember whether it was 2 hours or 10 hours or what, but we knew from the intelligence community that Ansar al-Sharia had claimed responsibility for the attack. Now, does that mean they were responsible for it? Now, you never know, but at least they claim responsibility. There was also a report that AQIM was involved. Turned out they probably weren't. But we know this, that Ansar al-Sharia is an al-Qaeda affiliate. So if it were not al-Qaeda directly, there was an indication immediately that al-Qaeda was involved.
Senator, what is the problem with saying during this time in which we're in the middle of a war on terror, there's been a terror attack? What's the big picture here?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know what the White House's problem has been through this whole thing. But, you know, Brian, here's what really concerns me. You've got 4 Americans dead. You've got an ambassador who is a very important person in any administration dead. And you don't have the president out there getting briefed on a regular basis, and you don't have the president informing the public about what's happened to 4 key Americans.
But you had Jay Carney saying we have no evidence of premeditated attack, and 5 days later you had the UN ambassador saying that. So at the very least, it shows a massive disconnect, doesn't it?
Well, I don't think there's any question about that. And what has bothered me and other members of the Intelligence Committee from day one is that we got pushback, both from the White House as well as the intelligence community early on. And we couldn't figure it out. I mean, it was really strange because they never do that. I don't think the Intelligence Committee in any way would participate in any kind of cover-up. Now, what goes on at the White House for political purposes may be something entirely different.
As Vice Chair of the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence, are you going to do the same thing the House did and have hearings on this in light of the new revelations that are out this morning?
We are. Senator Feinstein and I have already had a couple of conversations about this. I told her, I said, I think we need to have an open hearing, which is unusual for us. Most of ours are classified. But we need to have an open hearing. We need to get the intelligence officials in and just let them lay it out there. This thing is getting more and more traction, more and more legs, and it's getting uglier every day. And I think the thing we need to do is be honest with the American people and say, here's what we knew, here's when we knew it, here's what the president knew, and when the president knew it.
Senator, I know it's going to be very tough, especially with the election 2 weeks away. Thanks so much for coming in this morning. Always great to see you, Senator.
Hey, same here.
All right. So, Senator from Georgia here in New York.